So one day I think we had gone to some place and we were staying there for a few days, and one kid from the surroundings, because he was knowing that we were to come, so he came and he interviewed us. So he asked me certain questions, that why trees are important, and what kind of services that trees offered, and why the forests are important. So to a certain extent I also tried to interact with him, that what he feels about it. So he had given me very bookish kind of answers, that yeah, trees give out oxygen. Then he said, because he has to present that what are the importance of trees by using PowerPoint in his school. So he used that, and just within 2 days we were having walk, and the same kid along with 2-3 kids were also there on the road, and there was one big tree which was getting cut, and when we were walking, all of a sudden we were wondering why are they really cutting the tree, and so we were inquiring about that. And so I asked the kid, so he hardly bothered, means he hadn't even noticed that the tree is being cut, and it was his own surrounding. I could feel there is a disconnect, means that boy must have presented the story very well, and maybe have gotten good marks too. But when it comes to real life, I'm not sure how much they are able to relate that knowledge to life.
So what we felt is that if small children, if they start becoming aware of their surrounding, and if they start loving their surroundings, then they will start protecting it. Today what is happening is the children are, they know about global warming, but they don't know about their backyard. They don't know about which tree is standing in front of my home. So they are not aware of their surrounding, and if I am not aware of this tree and its worth and its importance, and if it is not tagged as, say, this is a neem tree, then there is one bird that comes and sit on it, then maybe one bird makes a nest on that neem tree, and if I know that that neem tree is so important, it is medicinally valued and it is good for my health, I can consume it. If I know that in month of March it gets a beautiful flowering, the flowers are very fragrant, like I can eat the leaf of neem tree, that benefits my health. So if I am not connected to that individual, then I won't save it. So tomorrow if somebody comes and cut it, I will be still okay. But if I know it, then I will at least go and ask that person, ki why are you cutting it? Could there be any other ways to, say, save that tree? Can you maybe change the alignment of the road so that that tree can be changed? So we have seen some such small acts, they change small kids, and then they become very aware of their surroundings.
Nature education has to be something not taught in the class, but be experienced somewhere in nature, and also it has to be super experiential. Means teacher should not talk, but let the kid just experience, feel certain things, and you should not keep any aim. Means at the end of the day, we should not expect a kid to give some kind of PowerPoint presentation on climate change. No, that's fine. We just want that kid to enjoy our nature's bounty to the fullest. That's the only thing. If they enjoy it and if they really love to be in nature, I think they would anyways respect it. We have actually published books named Nisargshala.
Eventually, while we were taking some eco-education activities for kids and children of rural areas, we had been doing some documentation of those activities. Ki if we want to take activities for 5th grade, what should be the maybe in plants what you should take, in maybe animals what you should take, for water what you should take. So we had a list of activities, some like how to take it. So we proposed that to the environment department कि we will create these 3 manuals, and those manuals then will be helpful for the facilitators or the teachers to take a full program of ecology and nature in the schools.
So you said that there are certain activities that were there in the books for kids. So can you just maybe tell us something interesting from those activities?
So in the 5th grade, I remember we used to take children to a nearby stream, and that stream you need to monitor that stream for 3 times during the year. So once in monsoon, then once in post monsoon when the water is receding, and once in dry season when there is no water. So the children were so fascinated कि when we went in monsoon it was full of water, and then we used to do activity like maybe measuring the water flow, what is its velocity. So वो कैसे करना है कि यहाँ पर किसी ने उसमें अगर एक लीफ डाला तो यहाँ से स्टॉप वॉच चालू करना है, और फिर नीचे किसी को खड़ा करना है, वहाँ पे वो जब आएगा तो वहाँ से वो चिल्लाएगा कि येस इट हैज़ रीच्ड एंड यू स्टॉप द स्टॉप वॉच. सो वी यूज सिंपल टेक्निक्स लाइक दिस. और वो जब उन्होंने किया ना, देन दे अंडरस्टूड कि व्हाट इज़ द फ्लो ऑफ दैट वाटर. फिर वहाँ पर मतलब स्ट्रीम इज़ अ वेरी डिफरेंट इकोसिस्टम एंड इट्स अ स्पेसिफिक इकोसिस्टम कि उसके अलॉन्ग पे जो द ट्रीज दैट आर स्टैंडिंग अलॉन्ग अ स्ट्रीम आर नॉट सीन इन द लैंडस्केप ऑन द स्लोप्स मे बी. So they understood that. Then there were some garbage patches around it. So we also asked them to map it. And if we do it on a paper, and if we say draw the stream, then we map कि यहाँ एक tree है, फिर यहाँ पर एक छोटा garbage का patch है, फिर यहाँ पर maybe the banks are getting eroded. And then we ask them to give red dot and green dot. So whatever is not correct for that stream, we should give a red dot. And whatever is good for that stream, there should be a green dot. And then finally we should aspire कि ये green dot जो है वो बढ़ने चाहिए और red dot जो है वो convert होने चाहिए green में. And if we have such activities, then the students will also enjoy it. So what we do is we focus on their own enjoyment. It is not about preaching, it is not about teaching. But in that process of enjoyment, the children will learn. So it is not about teaching at all. It is just facilitating their knowledge, and it is just facilitating their
also somehow
awareness.
Gives them a sense of belonging. Like, for example, if kids would be doing some activity over here, they would remember it, and it's something that will stay with them. Because ऐसे तो ठीक है, मतलब सब trees दिख रही हैं. If a kid goes running here and there, he or she will be like,
he will not notice it at all.
Yeah.
So all these activities, these are like people ask us ki how will you judge the results of these activities. So because this doesn't have a marking system, so parents and teachers sometimes ask कि आपको कैसे पता चलेगा कि ये बदलाव स्टूडेंट में आया है, हमारे किड में ये बदलाव आया है. We tell them that this is not something like 1 plus 1. You may see that result after say 10 years. You may not see it like an exam. You may not see it in its report card maybe. But you will see it in its mindset. You will see when he grows up, he will do something good for that stream maybe. Or maybe imagine if somebody becomes an IS officer and then he has some powers in his hand, and then that person will be a very responsible person to take good actions.
So we do this with kids group, that take them to the garbage dump, and try and understand, try and talk to them that this is what we're doing. This is all the garbage which is from our homes. So do we really think about this? We're not cautious when we buy things. We're not cautious when we are dumping things. We're not cautious when we are throwing off things. Very, very blindly we use up things. And I don't deny that there is certain convenience and that there is certain comfort. So I'm not completely against it. Surely, means we definitely have every right to be comfortable and live good, happy life. But if it is at the cost of nature, कई species उससे extinct हो रहे हैं, for example, during this life cycle. So are we really thinking about it? Is the question.
What is it that people can do in their life? Like if you have to tell me, okay, ये 4-5 चीजें तो आप कर ही सकते हो. Like I'll tell you my struggle. I want to plant trees. I want to grow like like in my balcony. But I am traveling so much that when I'm traveling, then there's no one to water the plants. And मैं कितने plants लाया हूँ वो फिर मर जाते हैं. Now I stopped doing it.
So I think we need to change our perspective to look at our actions for doing conservation. So first thing is, whenever people feel ki I want to do something positively for nature, they feel only one action will save nature, that is plant trees or plant something or create some garden or something like that. But there could be something beyond that. There could be something that your maybe your choices can do. So we always say ki maybe restore or plant could be the last choice, but you have to start with few R's. Those R's are like, first is reduce. So reduce whatever consumption you are doing. So like if I want to like shop something, I should first ask myself, do I really need it? Then second is reuse. So don't throw things. So like the single use things are out of question. So you should not go for the plastics or straws or paper, anything, paper cups or anything. So all the use and throw items should be out of my life. I should keep on reusing. If I am not able to reuse, then like pass it on to somebody. So nowadays there is a, like in our circle we have these exchanges. I am not able to use it, but I will pass on to someone who can like use that or reuse it. So that is the next R, the reuse. Then the third R is recycle. So I should not just throw the things out. So even plastic, it has taken some energy and some material from earth and being manufactured. So I should not throw it in one single use. So if I am maybe sometimes I get compelled to get some plastic, but I should give it to recycling, maybe recycle it in some way or the other. Then the fourth R could be restore. So then you have some land or you create a garden, or then if you are living in an apartment and you have a terrace, so you can start some community activity. So even if like you, as you mentioned, even if you are not there for 4 days, somebody else will take that responsibility. Now like there are few examples where the entire society will do a farming on terrace maybe, and then the entire society shares the whatever produce is there, so they can do community farming. So these few ideas are coming up. Few people from cities, they are practicing this now.
I think it would be great if, like the societies are being designed right now. Usually they have like a swimming pool, they have a children's park, they have walking space, but if they also have a space where you can grow food. I mean, there are so many houses, I don't know how they will grow for so many people, but you know
Yeah. No, but it's easy, when we say something like this, no, about volume. Ki there are so many houses and it may not be enough for everybody. But there could be something like a chili. So you need it every day and one plant gives you so much. The message in this is whatever you can reduce is good. Because if you grow just chilies, then that will reduce the pressure of transporting chilies from some other farm to your place, and that reduces energy. So having decentralized units will help the planet eventually. And there are very nice examples now of this community farming, and as you said, in society you have a swimming pool, so you should have a area for community farming as well. So why not to have a club, instead of a clubhouse, you have a farm in your society as a common thing.
Shift to the little different lifestyle, which is not based on consumerism, with a pride. And if you take that pride, I think there won't be any people who will finger at you to a certain extent. So you need not worry about that. If you know the kind of lifestyle you are leading and it is happily, I think people also accept you. But if at all you are आप थोड़ा हिचकिचा रहे कि पता नहीं ये क्या है, then it doesn't become cool, no. So I think it's already started in the society. Just people just wish to join hands and be there in good numbers ultimately. And as we have been talking about scale, you never know, the tipping point can be reached any time. So if at all that gets reached, the rate at which people would join this movement might increase. बचपन से पिताजी के साथ गार्डनिंग बहुत किया है, और हमारा जो 40 गांव में घर है उसके बाजू में वो सिर्फ गार्डन नहीं था, सो इट वाज क्वाइट अ फंक्शनल गार्डन दैट टाइम. सो वी यूज्ड टू ग्रो क्रॉप्स, थोड़ा शुगर केन भी कभी लगाया था, कॉर्न भी लगाया था, पालक वगैरह तो चलता ही था. तो ये सब तो हम लोग करते ही थे अलॉन्ग विद द ऑर्नामेंटल काइंड ऑफ गार्डन. तो थोड़ा वो था घर में. दादी को भी ये सब पौधों का काफ़ी शौक था, उनसे भी काफ़ी मतलब सुनते थे. मेरी दादी जो है वो कोस्टल एरिया की है, कोंकण एरिया से है. सो वी यूज्ड टू हियर सो मेनी थिंग्स अबाउट जनरली अबाउट द प्लांट एंड द मे बी द स्ट्रीम्स. शी यूज्ड टू लिव बाय सम काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रीम इन अ स्मॉल विलेज. So she would narrate many things about that stream. So there are certain things in my mind, I don't know, something related to plants. I'll tell you one experience. So there was one day this father called me and my brother, and he told us I think he has given us some 10 rupees or something that time, and he had told us that you should go to this social forestry nursery and buy 2 plants for yourself. We'll plant it in the garden. And so we went to that nursery. So that was like, so that's memory which is really carved in my mind. Very simple memory though. So then we went in that nursery, and that nursery was like, it had very tall trees, something like eucalyptus, नीलगिरी बोलते हैं वो थे, और उसके नीचे पूरा नर्सरी था, उसके सैपलिंग्स बने हुए थे, बहुत सारी varieties थी. And anyways he had given us a choice to select the plants. So my brother, elder brother, he selected mango and I selected gulmohar. So gulmohar, which is a flowering tree, and mango, all of us know. Then we got it at house, and both of us planted it almost just 15 feet apart. And we could see that tree growing, literally. Means both the trees. Means through our kitchen windows, we used to see that sapling, that how much it has grown. And one time came when the kitchen window became really completely red with the gulmohar. And I don't know, so obviously there is something in this that you really watch something grow, and as we were growing, the trees were also growing. And I don't know if you know, but this gulmohar is a that way non-native tree, and but it is beautiful. So I had also sketched that because I used to maybe paint along with my father. So I had done a sketch of that particular tree as well. Could be there somewhere at home. And but gulmohar, yeah. So being, I don't know, non-native or the fast-growing tree. Now I know the scientific implications of all those, but it fell down. Many times these trees have shorter life. The faster it grows, many times it would have a weak wood. Slow growing trees, they have a very hard kind of wood and dense wood. So anyways, तो वो गुलमर तो एक बार कभी गिर गया तो बहुत दुख हुआ कि वो चला गया. फिर then the tree became, that window became empty, no. But the mango was there, so mango was still growing and still there at home. And it continued to be there, that particular mango. It has literally has covered our terrace. Yeah, so surely I think that plays an important role because we've been working in soil with plants since childhood. So I think it means this comes very easily for me. And there is some kind of connection with this, you know.
But now all those things have changed so much, and the education that we are in right from first standard to our maybe masters, it is all focused on getting a job. It is not focused on creating maybe responsible people. So if we change that, then I think these things will change after a few years. So, but it may change after a generation or so, when these new kids will come and they will start acting as adults and take some charge. I have seen household change because of the small children, because they hear from the schools that no, you should not throw plastic outside, and then they will come and tell their parents ki no, teacher have told us ki we should not throw plastic in the dustbin, we should recycle it, we should do composting. So there are few changes that are happening on a very positive note. But considering our scale at which we operate and the population at which we are growing, it needs to accelerate.
हम बोलते हैं कि ये जो विवेक है वो सीखना चाहिए, वो सिखाना चाहिए, वो स्प्रेड होना चाहिए. तो वो अगर विवेक आप में है तो आप कोई भी कंज्यूमरिज्म एक सोच के ही करोगे. वो विवेक अगर आपके साथ है तो यू वोंट क्रॉस दैट लाइन, एंड इवन इफ यू हैव टू क्रॉस यू कैन कम बैक, यू नो. सो दैट कॉशियसनेस वुड बी देयर, एंड देन दैट वुड हेल्प नेचर कंजर्वेशन इनडायरेक्टली. That can be achieved only with those विवेकी minds. वो अगर है तो everything will be in control. So this is like what you can say. This is my wish.